And Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
87's getting the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Fresh set of downs here.
Strong right, strong right.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Gronk, the tight end, in motion. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Check the backer. Get reset. Hey, easy. No. Blue 58. 30.
Rodgers to throw once more. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Motion man. Watch 12. Watch 12.
Rodgers again now. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Green 19.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after try forthcoming. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Safety's creeping. Reset. Black 99 Philly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Chef. Reset. Double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Reset. Okay, we got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4
Richmond. Black 22. Black 99 Philly.
Check. Crunch.
Reset.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw, escaping the pressure right. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on third down, Rodgers drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Hey, turn it up.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Now Foles. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. So out now comes the offense back onto the field.
Tiger.
Check 13.
Come back.
Tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Foles toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here's Foles. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Watch tight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal.
Richmond. Reset.
Let's go.
Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Get in the way.
No. 319. Get reset. Hey, easy.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
319.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Too little, cupcake.
319.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And Olsen over the middle. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
And sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical and both over 1,000-yard seasons.
Richmond.
Gotta do better.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Kill.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 13-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Richmond.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Reset.
Check 26.
Down. Green. Richmond.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Third and goal now. Ball on the 5. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I bet you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Again, it's Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett, showing why he was the number 1 pick as he gets him behind the line.
Strong left.
26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. Here's Matt Bosher now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Back now here in Santa Clara, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Here's Matt Bosher now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On the catch, this is Chris Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Von Miller coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
You got nothing.
Down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The 40. He's at the 30. It's a big-time play there on 4th and 10. 73 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
That's how we do, D.
Von Miller in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Hey, 81 right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy.
Reset.
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Tiger. Green the line. Tiger.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Richmond.
They'll look to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Boom! Ball! Let's go! Interception, baby! Let's go!
Rodgers looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Harrison. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Kill. Wide left.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Watch the twist.
That is caught at the 7. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And, oh, a big collision there. He's hit and knocked backward. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. They find some open field here. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now back out comes the offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And this looks to probably be the final play.
That's it, baby.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And, Charles, you know what coaches always Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Half.
3 down.
Let's
The
go.
defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They run with LT. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly
know.
that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Let's go.
On the handoff, Tomlinson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Keep playing hard.
So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Let's go. Blue 50.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
58. Blue 58.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now here's Ross. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
They got tight left. Four down. Check. Four down.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
Hey, alert three.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. On first down, Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
J2.
He's crashing.
Again, it's Tomlinson. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LaDainian Tomlinson, 31 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because you're natural.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kevin Williams coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Kill.
Let's go.
Kill.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. It's caught by Mike Evans. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll make it 3rd down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Yeah, baby. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Scat 300. Scat 300.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. He's got Evans. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Man left, man left. Even. 4 down.
319. Wide left.
Check
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Tight dog.
319.
45 Mike. 45.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Rodgers now throwing on 3rd and long. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Let's go.
4 down.
On the give, this is their fullback.
3 down.
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
On 2nd down, it's Tomlinson. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson, no gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Airing this one out for Evans. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
4 down, 4 down.
319.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Don't worry about that.
So the D-line's going to spread out. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Rodgers looking to throw on second down. That's complete to John Ross. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Run. Yeah, baby. Boom.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Play clock winding down.
319.
Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Watch tight end.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. 50.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Rodgers now on first down. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he's got some space here. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Man left, man left.
Let's go!
Hey.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Tight right.
Let's go!
They'll try and run. Tomlinson. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Gronkowski, the intended target, and it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go.
They toss it to Tomlinson. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
That's it, baby.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
You got him.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Over the middle to Evans. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrison. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. Rodgers throwing on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And getting this At the 49. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. To throw is Rodgers on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
That's it. Big hit.
Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Two tights, two
J2,
tights.
J2. Half.
Alert,
Let's
alert.
go.
3 down.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch right. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Let's go. Half.
Watch, switch.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now it's Gurley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Watch the curl.
Let's go.
Walker, the tight end, in motion. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
J2.
Check
13. J2. Let's go.
Walker, the tight end, in motion. Tomlinson again, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Blue 58.
Let's go, baby. Get hype. Get up. Let's go.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Watch right.
Let's go.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Kill!
Check 6 guy.
Austin!
Out.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Alpha! Rocket!
Jam him.
Rocket!
Jam.
Hot!
On first down, Wade drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain.
That's what I'm talking
A good pickup there, a 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Mathis! Dallas!
Under 10.
Houston!
Safe.
Set!
Mike 5-5.
Houston!
Mike 5-5.
Rocket! Beeville!
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. And Sanders now to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. This is Tomlinson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On the counter, it's Tomlinson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Walker, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, LaDainian Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And looking at this play from the running back's perspective, as it developed, I know he had to think to himself, oh no, here they come.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Wade. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Crash.
Houston, Houston.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Alert. Set.
Mike
Austin.
55,
Kill.
Mike 55,
Alaska. 361. Alaska.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Check 26.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Alpha. Alert.
Handoff left, Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Woo! Right there. All day, baby.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Delta.
Rush in.
Set. White 80. Mathis.
Looking to throw on second down. Wade. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Alpha. Alert.
25. Check 25.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Tight end right.
Set.
Hey, we got
Mathis. Mathis. Beeville. Mathis. Hot.
Slam.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Second down and 4.
Back. Set. Black 20.
Now Tomlinson on the handoff. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Kill.
Take the edge. Come.
Set. Yellow 20. Beeville. Alpha.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
Alert!
Check.
Set. Red!
The pitch to Tomlinson, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Check 82.
On 1st and 10, Wade. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Check 4.
Now a toss right. This is Tomlinson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Kill.
Dallas!
Whip.
Dallas! Green! Kill! Delta!
Shit.
Back to throw. Wayne. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Houston! Set!
Four down.
Austin!
Check.
Austin! Houston!
Check 24.
Alpha! Beeville!
Wade in the gun.
Check it out.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's John Ryan now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Check 52.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Check.
Set. Alpha.
Throwing on first down. Wade. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Charles Haley, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Get hyped already. Let's go.
Set. Rocket.
Check 31. Check 31.
Hut.
To throw on second down. Wade. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Set. Green.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Kill.
The play clock's running down.
Set. Yellow.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Running right, this is Tomlinson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Tomlinson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Let's go. J2.
And they'll run with LT to begin the drive. And some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go, Stans.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense.
Let's go. J2.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Von Miller coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Now Sanders. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Check 49. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Alert.
Boom. Yeah, baby.
Set.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And the Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Set. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 29. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now it's Tomlinson trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Let's go! Boom! 58! 50 boom! 58! Half!
Back to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? But maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.